Hi, I'm David Hankins.
And I'm Paul Hankins.
And this is a Week in Power Squared.
Number 60.
Right, and if you notice, we put up a Kickstarter update, and this is the second video for you.
Yes, a double upload,
I know.
if you will.
We are givers. That's what I like to think of us as. So I guess let's start with a little Kickstarter update.
Yes.
Things are much improved from last week. We are at, 57%?
Yeah.
And so we're still looking for heroes. If people want to help us and support the Kickstarter, we'd really appreciate it. If you know somebody that's a comic book fan, likes independent comics, likes something different, tell them about the Kickstarter. It would really be helpful.
Yes.
Otherwise, this was a really kind of a big week for us. We had a lot of things going on. Not only is the Kickstarter improved, and I'll say my, feelings are improved. We also were part of a new magazine came out, which is hitting, I guess, newsstand soon. Artith Merrick number 9, the 9th art, had a nice article about us in it. We encourage everybody to, of course, want to seek it out and read it. So there's a big, nice article about us. They're going to be distributing that to, comic book stores and media and things like that. So, and then we will have, when we have the digital copy, we'll put that up on our website, which is powersquaredcomicbook.com. And it'll be there for everyone to read. But I think it was really good. I was very impressed.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us, which is nice. Also in there is a news article that we had sort of hinted about about a couple months ago in the newsletter, The Hound Dogs Howl, and I guess now we can talk about it. Artith Merrick uses Canon printers for printing all their comic books, and they feel that Canon gives them meets the high criteria that they have for their product. And apparently Canon likes Artith Merrick as well, and reached out to them hoping to find 3 comics that they publish and use them for their own promotional use.
That's right.
And we're one of the 3. So, which is it's not a bad deal. I guess starting in November, which is this month, there'll be 1,500 copies of issue number 1 distributed to 1,500 Canon customers.
Yes.
So that will be obviously our largest distribution so far, and we think it'll be a lot of great publicity, and hopefully it'll lead to more readers and more subscribers, and up.
Yeah.
So that was something we've been talking about or hinting about, I guess, months ago, and now we can actually talk about it. We also, as part of the Kickstarter, I did an interview on Adam Torres's podcast, Money Matters. That was on. I did the interview on Tuesday, and Monday, and it came out on Tuesday. And there's links available on our website, of course, at powersquaredcomicbook.com/interview. And you can click. It's on Spotify and on iTunes, and there's also just a player that you can use if you don't have those. But it's kind of fun. We talked for a few minutes about the comic book, about working with my sons, with the Kickstarter, and he also let us talk about this video and the podcast that we also do every Friday on Podbean and iTunes called On the Air with Power Squared.
Yes.
So just as a reminder, that's out there too if you want to listen to it.
And you'll get a different behind-the-scenes look at Power Squared.
Right. So we want to talk a little bit about, we got pages this week from Rachel.
Yes.
They're penciled. She's working on issue number 13.
Yes.
Seems so far in the future. Since we're kickstarting issue number 8.
Yeah.
So 13 is like way out there, but we're working on it. And we got 4 pages, which we have not looked at yet, from Nina. Just timing.
Yeah.
They came in yesterday. We haven't had a chance to look at them. And I guess we can talk a little bit here about, because Nina's actually posted on Twitter, she is actually leaving us at the end of her work on issue number 12.
Yeah, she's leaving of her own volition. Has nothing to do
Yeah,
with...
we're good people to work with. You'll love it if you do. And so we actually are starting a search for a new colorist.
Yes.
And so if you know Nina or you just want to be a colorist, you can contact us at info@powersquaredcomicbook.com.
Yes. So I guess this is an open call.
Well, we're just saying that we're looking for one, and it's just another avenue. I know Nina's putting stuff up on Twitter, and they have she went to SCAD, and I know there's kind of a grapevine kind of thing there. So.
Yeah.
But we're just saying that is official, that we are looking for a new colorist, and it's, again, just Nina decided that she wanted to do something else after, 5 issues?
Yeah.
6, I don't know, 6 issues?
That's what happens when you work that far ahead.
A bunch of issues.
Yeah.
She's been with us since issue number 6, and this is issue 12. You do the math.
Yeah. And I guess when we get a new colorist, we'll update everyone.
Yes, and we will be here telling you who it is when we do decide.
Maybe we'll try to figure out how to introduce.
Right.
Introduce them.
Right. We're not. We have a lot of things on our plate right now, so we are working on that too. So that's one more thing.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the big stuff that's happened this week in Power Squared. I know that you want to talk a little bit about COPPA.
Yeah, I want to take a moment to talk about COPPA, the Children's Online. Help me here.
It's a kind
Privacy
of
Protection Act.
Yeah.
Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. So I don't know. You've probably heard this from other bigger YouTubers, but it doesn't hurt.
Bigger YouTubers? Okay, I'm just kidding.
Like even PewDiePie has talked about it, but it's good to talk about it anyway. So with COPPA, they've introduced new rules. If you're an uploader, you've probably noticed that you now have to check something to say if your video is aimed directly at kids or not. It's understandable that they want to protect the privacy of children online.
Right.
However, there's some things about the new COPPA rules that don't really make sense.
Okay. What are those?
Well, the first is kind of this weird paradox that YouTube has been going through right now. For a while now, they wanted content creators to be more family friendly. So that means like no swearing, no like can't do certain things. So kind of discouraging edgy content. So that resulted in people like PewDiePie having to like self-censor themselves. And then now they want you to. Now they're gonna actually punish you for being family friendly, because if your video is marked as being made for kids, it won't be recommended. You can't like easily search it,
right?
And your video cannot get monetized.
Okay.
And comments will automatically be disabled.
Wow, that kind of sucks.
Yeah. I think that was to curb a kind of weird child predator thing that was going on.
Yeah, trying to protect kids from being, people trying to use them to make money and then selling the information and gathering information, things like that.
Yeah, but then apparently COPPA has actually said that they have the power to not only sue YouTube for infractions, but also individual content creators. And they can fine them up to like $48,000 or something, which would be enough to bankrupt a lot of people.
Yeah, bankrupt us.
Yeah. Now, how does this affect us?
Well, we're not kid friendly.
No, we're not kid friendly, but we have used. But our channel banner is kind of a comic book.
Well, yeah,
it's comic book style image with, I guess you could say, toy colors.
Yeah, bright colors.
Yeah. And we have used comic book related images in our thumbnails, so it's possible that they could. Oh yeah, because YouTube is also using machine learning to auto mark videos as being made for kids, even when they're not.
Even when you mark them as not being for kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
Machine learning always works.
Yeah, we're not nothing against kids. We're just not. We're not. Making content for children.
Yeah.
If so.
But a bot wouldn't be able to pick up on that nuance.
No, it probably wouldn't.
So
We're doomed. That's what you're saying.
it's at least something to keep in mind going forward.
Right.
Because then what's also weird about here's the other weird thing about the COPPA rules. They're automatically marking videos based on certain words that are used. Just basically their slang hasn't been updated since like 1999 or something.
Is that what the kids call it these days? Yes.
And they're also including like certain video games,
Okay.
toys, and cartoons, among other things. Now, you've probably heard this from other people, but I'm going to say it myself. That seems to fall under this weird idea that animation and toys are made specifically for children and can't be enjoyed by adults, even though there are adults who watch cartoons, and of course adults make the cartoons.
Yes, and there are adult cartoons as well.
Yeah, and there are adult toy collectors.
Right.
Which actually segues into something else I want to bring up. I want to talk about yesterday. Trevor and I went to DesignerCon.
Right.
And DesignerCon is kind of a smaller convention. It was in the Anaheim Convention Center, which was right across the street from Disneyland.
Right.
So part of the day we also kind of tooled around downtown Disney because they can't stop you.
Right. That's parts free.
Yeah. So DesignerCon was fun. It was packed with people, especially after the first hour. I paid for VIP. Probably should have worn my badge.
Yeah.
Paid for VIP because with VIP you can get in an hour earlier, plus you get some extra swag. And we used that opportunity to talk to certain people like Patrick Balestros and Sean Galloway.
Okay.
Those are people who are usually swamped, kind of, at least when the general public is able to get in.
Yeah.
So it's a good opportunity to see and do things you wouldn't normally be able to.
Right.
So DesignerCon, you do see a lot of artists there. But it also emphasizes toys.
Right.
Like toys, underground toys, like the vinyl figurine scene that's not Funko, even though there are plenty of booths selling like a crap load of Funko.
Right. What?
Then also toys made specifically for the collector's market.
So this isn't Playmobil and that kind of stuff. This is more hardcore. This is collectible stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
So you'll see stuff like 52 Toys,
Mm-hmm.
which make toys that like Beast boxes, which are toys that fold into cubes.
Mm-hmm.
Which is an interesting concept. You'll also find FYE.
Right.
Which is not necessarily underground, but they still have weird stuff.
Right.
Like cereals based on
Right.
or their own figure lines.
Mm-hmm.
Tokidoki is also there. And then I'm not remembering a lot of things off the top of my head. There's just a lot to look at.
So you had a good time.
Yeah.
And that segued into the COPPA about toys.
Yeah.
So if they made videos there, they'd be in real trouble. I think part of the problem with COPPA is they're trying to do something in a sweeping way, and they're not building in the subtleties.
Yeah.
That yes, there is content that's bright and shiny, but not meant for children.
Yeah.
And the toys are not all for children, and video games are not for children, and comic books are not all for children, and it's this idea that we'll just protect all kids at all costs, and they're overstepping kind of.
Yeah.
There's probably going to be this adjustment and lawsuits back and forth, to try to figure out really the law better. But
yeah.
We
do have until December 10th before a lot of that is fully implemented. So there is I guess, time to contact, government bodies about
Yeah.
how you feel about COPPA.
So if you want to, you can.
Yes.
And so after December 10th,
Yeah.
when you watch these videos, send the kids out of the room. This is not intended for children.
There's one other small thing one thing they're looking for is bright colors.
Uh-huh.
Just because something uses bright colors, it doesn't mean it's for kids.
Right.
But content creators use bright colors to be attention grabbing.
Right. And they're again, it's gonna seem like it's sort of the idea is a good one, but they're sort of overstepping it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it could really use some work.
Right.
So I think that about wraps it up.
Okay. So until next week, I'm David Hankins.
I'm Paul Hankins.
And this has been a week in Power Squared.